Friends, this lesson did not come from a book, a school, or a rich man. It came from my grandfather, a man who learned the truth of life the hard way. When he used to say, "Never just save money, make it grow," people laughed. But behind those words was a story full of pain, mistakes, hunger, and finally, wisdom. Today, I want to share that story with you. Long ago, in a small farming village, surrounded by dry fields and narrow dirt roads, there lived an old man. No one called him by his real name anymore. The village had given him a name of its own. People called him the Lazy Man. Every morning, when the sun rose and farmers walked toward their fields carrying tools, this man would sit under the shade of a large tree near his house. He had an old wooden chair, cracked and uneven, but he loved it. Sitting there, he would look far into the distance, as if watching a future that only he could see. He talked a lot. He talked about plans, ideas, and dreams. One day, he would say confidently, "I will open a shop. One day, I will buy land. One day, I will have cows, and money will come without so much hard work." People passing by would smile at first. Some laughed, some joked with him. In the beginning, they thought he was funny. But as years passed and nothing changed, laughter slowly disappeared. Pity took its place. Inside the house, his wife lived a very different life. She carried worry in her eyes and tiredness in her body. She worked quietly, cooking simple meals, fixing old clothes, and managing the home with almost nothing. Many times, she tried to wake him up with words. "Life does not live on dreams," she would say. "Life lives on work." He would shrug his shoulders lightly, as if her words were a passing wind. "Someday," he replied again and again, "I will find a way." But someday never arrived. Years passed quietly. The house became older. The roof leaked during rain. The walls cracked. Food became less, and dreams became heavy, not sweet anymore. One night, when the village was silent and the moon was weak, his grandson came close to him. The boy was small, thin, and barefoot. His clothes were loose on his body. He looked at his grandfather with innocent eyes and asked softly, "Grandpa, is there bread?" The question cut deeper than any insult ever had. The grandmother walked to the cupboard and opened it slowly, as if hoping for a miracle. It was empty, completely empty. The old man felt his throat tighten. He looked down at the floor, unable to face anyone. At that moment, all his dreams stood in front of him, useless and empty. Dreams could not be eaten. Plans could not fill a hungry stomach. That night, he did not sleep. The next morning, something changed. With shame burning in his chest, he walked to the fields to ask for work as a day laborer. People were surprised to see him there. Some looked at him with sympathy. Some nodded quietly, as if saying it was time. The work was harsh. The sun burned his skin until it felt on fire. His back bent lower with every hour. His hands, soft from years of doing nothing, became sore and cracked. Sweat ran into his eyes, and his legs trembled with exhaustion. In the middle of the field, lifting heavy soil, he whispered to himself, "This feels like a chain." At night, he returned home completely tired. His wife served beans and 2 tortillas, never more. The boy hugged him tightly and asked, "What did they give you today, Grandpa?" The old man opened his hand and showed a few coins. "It is little," he said softly, "but it is something." But the money never stayed. Food took some, medicine took some, life took the rest. Only a few coins remained on the table. Week after week, the same thing happened. The roof still leaked. Hunger stayed. The future still looked dark. One afternoon, while resting near the village store, the old man overheard a group of men talking loudly. "The secret is saving," one man said. "If you save money, you are safe," another replied. Those words stayed in his head like a seed. That night, he found a large glass jar and hid it under the bed. From that day on, after buying only the most basic food, he dropped whatever coins were left into the jar. The sound as coins hitting glass made him smile. For the first time in a long while, he felt hope. One day, his grandson found the jar. He shook it and listened to the sound. "What is this, Grandpa?" The old man smiled proudly. "This is our tomorrow." But saving was painful. He did not buy new shoes. Even when the old ones broke, food became less. Meals became smaller. They ate slowly, trying to feel full. One evening, the grandmother could not hold her pain anymore. With a shaking voice, she asked, "What good is saving if we stay hungry today?" The old man did not look up. "Someday," he said quietly, "you will understand." Months passed. The jar slowly filled. To the old man, it looked like safety, like control, like success. One morning, they went to the market. With pride, he placed the money on the table and said, "I want 3 sacks of corn." The seller counted the money carefully, then shook his head. "Prices have gone up," he said. "This buys 1 sack and half." The old man froze. "Money loses value," the seller added calmly. On the way home, the jar felt heavy, but not in a good way. That night, the old man poured the money onto the table and counted it again and again. It never grew, it only waited. The grandson asked softly, "So what is the use of saving, Grandpa?" The old man had no answer. Days became darker. Food was not enough. His body grew weaker. Sometimes he felt life had no direction. One morning, sitting on the porch, he watched neighbors pass by. One carried eggs. Another carried bottles of milk. They walked calmly. They did not look afraid of tomorrow. Suddenly, a memory returned. Long ago, the boy had once said, "Why don't we buy chickens?" This time, the old man listened. He took the last of the saved money and bought a few thin chickens. When he released them in the yard, the boy laughed and ran after them happily. "We have an egg factory now," he shouted. At first, they found 1 or 2 eggs a day. They ate some, they sold some. With that money, they bought another chicken. The old man wrote everything carefully in a small notebook. Each egg mattered. Slowly, the yard filled with life and sound. Neighbors came to buy eggs. The work felt different now. It felt alive. It felt meaningful. One afternoon, the old man held an egg in his hand and said to the boy, "This is worth more than a jar of money. It feeds us. It grows. It does not lose value." The boy hugged him tightly. "So you are not lazy anymore?" The old man smiled, tears in his eyes. "No, my child, I finally learned." The jar stayed forgotten under the bed. Whenever people talked about saving money, the old man pointed to the chickens and said, "Saving money is like holding water in your hands. It always slips away. Make it work, even if you start small." And that is how the man once called lazy learned the greatest truth of his life.